I'm going to be reading another one of the stories I write because I'm a writer, but this is from when I was really little. I was 10 years old in 5th grade. It's called No One Loves This Little Boy, and the end is very rushed, so it's not the best. I mean, added on to the fact that it's a 5th grade writing. Okay. No one loves this little boy. This book is dedicated to my mom. No one loves this little boy. No one loves this little boy who lives across the street. No one loves this little boy who doesn't get to eat. No one loves this poor little boy. There once was this boy. He did not have any friends. He did not have any family. It was just him and his dog. Now his dog was a strong dog, almighty with fur. No one messes with this dog. The dog takes as much care of the boy as possible. Now this dog is somewhat of a sad backstory. She was abandoned when she was really young, and she was struggling to survive. But then she met the boy, and she promised herself she would care for the boy. Boy's backstory is much sadder than the next. Boy's mother died giving birth to him and his twin sister. His twin sister died at 1 year old because she had cancer. Then guess what happened? The father had died of lung disease. Boy was about 5 when this happened. People came to take him away, but he hid so they never found him. By now you're thinking, what is Boy's name? Do you know why you think that? Because I just said it. Well, to answer the question, Boy's name is, drumroll please, Boy. Are you surprised? So the story to go along with that is Boy didn't like to hear his name because he shared a name with his father. It made him sad to think about him. So he told people to start calling him Boy, so they did. Are you interested in Boy's dog's name? Well, whether you are or not, I'm going to tell you. The dog's name is not what you think. Hint, it's not dog. Okay, the dog's name is, drumroll please, Shark. Surprised? Boy named him Shark because sharks are big and tough and scary. Getting kind of, you can tell I'm very snotty and that sounds weird. Getting kind of confused? Here's the long story short. There is a boy named Boy. He has a dog named Shark. Shark protects Boy. Boy is homeless. They go around trying not to die. Less confused? Hopefully you are, because I'm moving on. Here's something to visualize. Boy has dirty blonde hair. He manages to keep his hair short because every month he finds some broken glass to cut it. He usually ends up with uneven hair. One of his eyes are brown and one is blue. He has tan skin. He wears a shirt that he got when he was little that says Go Angels on it with a red and white outline. It is really torn up and has a lot of rips and tears. It's unbelievably dirty. He lives in an old broken down house in California. Shark has black on his legs and snout. She has brown everywhere else. She has green eyes, but she's part blind. Shark is a German Shepherd Pit Bull mix. One day they were out in the field picking berries. It was a rather bright day outside. There were tall weeds all around him, and he was clomping around in his dad's shoes because he grew out of his a few years back. He stays at home often while Shark catches a rabbit or a squirrel or something for dinner. But Boy wanted to do something a bit different, so to resume, he is picking berries. For a moment, everything was still. Everything was perfect in the world. Foreshadowing. Suddenly, he heard some people near his house, so he bolted for it. When he got there, there were lots of yellow construction tape everywhere that said danger in capital letters and some really big yellow machines, probably 2 times bigger than the house. From the end of one of them was a big black ball. At that time, Boy didn't know what that meant. Right now, all Boy was worried about was that they were near his house, and he didn't like that. He saw people going inside. That made him upset. What if they took his photo of his mom and dad? That was the closest thing he had to his mother and father. All that anger about his parents dying and all that frustration came out of him like a roaring lion. Suddenly, without thinking, he sprinted into the house, grabbed the picture, and sprinted out, his heart racing about what he had just done. No one saw him, but he kept running. He went into the woods to the place they go to hang, and he just sat there leaning against a big rock crying, looking at the 10-year-old picture of his mom and dad. For the rest of the day, he just sat there and cried with Shirk by his side. Always. The next morning he woke up cuddled up next to Shirk. Not knowing the events of last night, he got up and started cleaning himself. He took a little bath and let Shirk rest. When Shirk awoke, they headed back to their house. But what they headed to was not a house, but just layers and layers of broken down wood. They had demolished his house. How could they? In sort of a walking/running sort of way, he came up to the house and started digging through what was left of the house. There was nothing but some rusty old watering cans and some old t-shirts. He grabbed those and went back to the forest. He was sobbing. All his stuff was gone. There was only one thing to do. He was going to find another, more elegant house. He would go down to the new neighborhood and get one that night. He started walking towards the new neighborhood later that night. He found himself running away from the police guard that lived a few houses down. Oh no, the police guard snatched him up and held him in a way that he could not get away. Shirk was not being scary. She was scared. Nothing had ever scared Shirk more. The guard held Boy until he calmed down and said, "How about we talk over a cup of tea?" I'm going to repeat that. How about we talk over a cup of tea? Boy had never had tea. He tried eating a tea bag before, but it didn't taste very good. He was very curious, so he asked, "Talk about what?" "Talk about what? Talk about why you causing all this trouble." Shirk had seemed to calm down. She seemed to trust the guy. He continued, "My name is Jeff." "Call me Boy." "That's an awfully weird name. Where are your parents?" "They went to the moon." "Solar astronauts?" They died." "My condolences." They slowly walked to Jeff's house. Boy was amazed at what he sees. He walked in and smelt fresh-baked cookies. He saw a beautiful silk rug and a nice shaggy dog that Shirk could play with. Okay, I know what you're thinking. This is not going to be like Annie. Well, it's not. Okay, maybe a little, but not how you think. I'll use it. Back to the story. Jeff lived in an awesome house. His wife came up to him and Boy and asked, "Who's your little friend?" Jeff replied, "I picked him up on the street." His wife said, "Hi, my name's Martha. Can I have a seat?" "Come have a seat. It's almost dinner time." Jeff said to Boy, "You have a big day tomorrow." "I do?" replied Boy with a puzzled look. "Yeah, I'm gonna take you into town, get you some new clothes, get your hair washed, get your nails done." Boy said, "No, I can't stay. Sorry?" "Settle down. We're just gonna take you into town, not sacrifice you to the gods." Martha came out of the kitchen with a very big tray. It smells delicious," Boy said while sniffing the air. "What is it?" Jeff replied, "It's a filet mignon." Boy got a fantastic dinner. Jeff said, "Just sleep in your normal clothes tonight, and we'll get you PJs tomorrow." Boy slept on the couch that night. In the morning, Boy took a nice long bath, and then they went into town. Boy got McDonald's for the first time. He got an awesome pair of Nikes. He felt like he could do anything with them. He got some new clothes. He got 3 pairs of jean shorts and 2 pairs of jeans. 1 tie-dye shirt, 2 plain black shirts. He also got a really cool jacket with Jack Skellington on it from The Nightmare Before Christmas. He never heard of it. He just liked the design and that it glows in the dark. He was already beyond grateful when he got socks with Spider-Man on them. When he got to Jeff's house, Jeff asked, "Want to see your room?" "My room?" Boy asked. "Yeah, we have some extra room, so I thought you could stay with us for a while. It's the third door to your left." Boy raced to the door. He opened it and saw a nice bed made with a beautiful quilt, a closet to his left, clothes hanging from a long blue wooden beam, a big shelf, and a dog bed for shirt. Boy stayed for days, and the days turned into weeks, and the weeks turned into months. Right now, Boy spent exactly 3 months, 20 days, 5 hours, and 13 minutes with Jeff and Martha. Boy was eating his pancakes with blueberries and syrup, with a cup of cold chocolate by his side, when a thundering cloud of boom happened. Something big had just fallen over and crashed. Millions of thoughts raced through Boy's head, but the one that screamed the loudest was if Jeff was okay. Boy hurried up the stairs to the room where he heard the crash. He found a shark sniffing something in his room. He walked toward it. Then his legs began to weaken. They could no longer hold his weight no longer. They could not hold his weight no longer. On his knees, he looks at Jeff, his blood coming out of his mouth and nose, the bookshelf. Boy's bookshelf had killed him. Boy cried helplessly. Martha walked in with her apron that had a red and white plaid that says, "Kiss the cook," and had big mittens on for touching hot stuff. She gasped and put her mitten over her mouth. I know you want more details, but I'm just going to start with Jeff died, and right now we're at his funeral, sad and black. After the funeral, Boy refused to go back to his home. He remained outside in the middle of the night. Martha walked back out and gave Boy a pillow and the blanket. The end. So, like I said, not the best story. Also, I'll point out the font changed 3 times. So this was 1, and then here, and then another time here. So, you know. And then my about the author is just the best. It says, "Hi, my name is Caitlin. I'm currently 10 years of age. On my shoulder is my writing buddy. I love unicorns and Disney and books." And here's the picture. I was such a nerd. So that was my story. So just, it's not great. Would you guys be interested if I rewrote the story? Maybe added some different, better things? Because I think I'm going to start a series where I just rewrite things. So if you guys are interested in that, totally like the video, but you're probably not going to because you're probably not watching it, but you are watching it, but barely anybody watches my videos. So I'll probably make one anyways, because, you know,